when I started sending cold emails, I used to send 100 emails a day, and I thought it was enough, right? A few years ago, I was getting bookings, I was using the Loom strategy, and it was fine. Nowadays, the cold email has changed, right? And you have to have pretty good systems, so you wouldn't be spending a ton of money just, wasting money on cold emails, but as well have a system that would be able to send out 10,000 cold emails a day, and it wouldn't break. Okay, and in this video, I'm going to show you the exact differences between a guy that sends 100 emails a day and the guy that sends 10,000 emails a day. Okay, so as you can see, there are two pathways between the different guys that you'll be looking at. And first, I'm going to start from the guy that's sending 100 cold emails a day, and a guy who will be sending 10,000 cold emails a day. Okay, now first to start off, I'm going to show you my process, what I did. So send 100 cold emails a day, I needed 2 domains, okay? And usually what people go to, like, Namecheap, GoDaddy.com, or whatever domain platform you buy from, and they buy, for example, if you want to send 100 emails a day, they're going to need 2 domains, okay? For those 2 domains, what you'll have to do is get 4 email accounts, okay? Because each email account is able to send 25, like 20 to like 25 cold emails a day, right? And with that, with 4 domains, sending 25 each, you'll have 100 emails a day. Okay, that's fair enough. For that, you're gonna pay $7, okay, for each email account. So it turns out to be $28 just for those 4 email accounts, okay? Right? Now, once you get those email accounts, for example, because usually, or at least what I did, and I know people still do, is go to Google Workspace and then buy the accounts from there. Okay. With that, you need to set up the DNS records. Okay. So probably watch some course or watch some YouTube videos on how to set it up, and it's fairly simple. But if you never ever touch DNS records, then it might be confusing, right, at first, because I know it was for me. So yeah, just you set up sort of DNS records, your MX, DMARC, and other DNS records that you need with Google Workspace accounts on your domain, and then you're good to go, right? Then to actually send out those emails, people use Instantly, okay? Because Instantly is probably the most popular one, and it does great stuff. And for that, you're gonna need to spend $47 a month for the growth plan. That's the smallest plan they have to get unlimited email accounts, unlimited email warm-up, 1,000 uploaded contacts, 5,000 emails monthly, okay? So that should be enough for your capacity. Okay. Now for the cold email warm-up, because every cold email account needs to be warmed up. Why do you warm up those emails? So your emails, so for the emails provided that you send them, for example, Google or Outlook, see that, hey, this is a real email account, this is not going to spam. And basically warm-up is there so your emails have the deliverability and you will land in spam. Okay. So for the usual cold email warm-up takes between 2 to 3 weeks. You start with 1 email a day, and then for 2 to 3 weeks, you increase to 1 email a day until you reach 25 or like 20 for Google Workspace accounts, and then you're good to go. Okay, after those 2 or 3 weeks. Now, once you've done that, you're able to launch. Okay, now this whole system to send 100 emails a day is gonna cost a one-time cost of $12.98 between $28, and this is for the domains. For example, Namecheap currently, while I was taking the screenshot, it costs $6.49. Oh, even yeah, $6.49 for one .com domain. With GoDaddy, it's like $13 or like $14. So it just depends on what type of provider you have. Okay, that's a one-time cost because with domains, you just buy it one time until it burns. Okay, for the monthly cost, it's gonna cost you $75. $47 for the instantly plan. Okay, and then $28 for the Google Workspace accounts. Okay, because for accounts, you're gonna send 100 emails a day. Now, as you know, it's let's call it cheap, but 100 emails a day, you really have to make those emails personalized, like super personalized, to actually get money from them. Okay, to make money to get meetings. Now, if you want to send 10,000 emails a day with this exact system, it's gonna cost you between a one-time cost of between $1,300 to $2,800, right? So you're almost spending $3K just for the domains, and then the monthly cost is gonna cost $7.5 grand, which is absurd, right? If you want to send 10,000 emails a day, and believe it or not, people actually spend that much money, right? Because they feel like that's the original method is the best method. Okay, now the 10,000 cold emails a day guy, just the goat, unironically, the goat has enterprise systems, right? What enterprise systems mean that you have the same exact deliverability, sometimes even better, for much cheaper the costs and much more scalable. And once you have scale, you have good results. okay? Because volume negates luck. Shout out to Alex Hermosi. Okay, so to send out 10,000 cold emails a day, I use enterprise software, which is called mailcity.com. We're able to buy domains, and each domain has 100 inboxes for it, okay? So if you want to, for example, and each, just kind of clarify, each domain has slightly different sending volumes compared to Google Workspace accounts, okay? Each domain, not email account, each domain that has 100 inboxes is able to send 600 cold emails per day, basically, all right? 600 cold emails per day. Right? So it's a bit different from the Workspace account because, again, this is enterprise grade stuff, so it's slightly different, okay? Now, to send 10,000 cold emails a day, you're going to need 17 domains. In each domain, in this growth plan, is going to cost you $44, okay? And to send out the actual 10,000 emails a day, what you're going to need is email software. Obviously, you can use instantly. What I use is called plusvibe.ai, and it has been cheaper. And this is also mailcity.com if you want to look it up. Plusvibe.ai, I just found it cheaper. It has practically all these features, and I'm having amazing results with it, right? So I suggest using PlusVibe. Use whatever you want to use. I just use PlusVibe since it's cheaper, and it's I had amazing results with it. Okay, it's gonna cost $77 a month. I probably have a bit more just due to 17 domains. This plan only takes 100,000 email inboxes, and that's gonna cost you a bit more. I think for an extra 1,000 email inboxes, in this case 1,700 email inboxes, you're gonna add an extra $50, I think, a month. So it's gonna be like 120 or something like that, right? But just do it at this point. And for cold email warm-up, why I fucking love mailcity.com, because it's slightly different to the warm-up, right? It takes 3 to 5 days usually. I do it for 7 days just to be safe for the warm-up, okay? And the warm-up itself, you start with 2 emails a day, and go by one until you reach 6 emails a day, and then you're good to go, literally, right? And you'll see off the start if the domain was good or not. If it was bad, you can replace it, and if it was good, feel free to go. Feel free to go. And all of that you can launch, right? So the amount of steps that you saved, there was in the first one, the noob version of it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 step is the launch. With this is 1, 2, 3, and the fourth step, right? So you're saving so much time and money as well, because to send 1,000 emails a day with the pro version of the whole system, its one-time cost is cost zero because mailcity.com actually take care of the domains. And for monthly cost, it's gonna cost $748. Okay, so if you can do the math and do it correctly, you are spending 748. What is this? $748, right? Compared to the previous system, it's gonna cost you 7,500 alone for the monthly cost, right? Not even including the one-time costs. So you're spending literally 10K with the other system, while you can be spending almost $750 to send 10,000 emails a day, right? This is an absolutely absurd hack if you want to send cold emails at scale, all right? So I just wanted to show you the whole system that I use, the enterprise grade system, to actually send cold emails at scale, so you do it yourself, right? You don't even have to send 10,000 emails a day. Send 1,000 emails a day, and you'll be booking appointments like a crazy man. Okay, just have a good offer. So yeah, appreciate you watching. If you have any questions around the system or anything else you want to ask me, there will be the first link in the description. It's going to be a free Discord community. It's my free community. You can join and ask me any question that you want to ask me around your cold email, outbound, or your agency in general. Okay, and yeah, hopefully I made this video helpful for you, and have an amazing day.